What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the channel. The big question is, why is Bitcoin crashing the way it is? And when we say crash, I think a lot of people are freaking out. But if you've been in Bitcoin for a really long time, you guys know that this is normal, right? Bitcoin coming back 5, 6, 7% for people who just got in through BlackRock ETFs, they might be freaking out. But if you've been here in the markets, you know that this is just standard procedure for Bitcoin. But we still want to get at the root problem here, at least here in the short term. What's going on and why are we seeing prices drop all the way to 41,500? Now, we have come back up off that number. We'll talk about that. But we do have some explanations here from Scaramucci explaining the reason for the decline. And we also have some other things to kind of hit on in this video as it relates to Bitcoin overall, where we are, both positive and negative things right now here in the short term, and a little bit that has to do with the Bitcoin halving. So we've got a jam-packed Bitcoin video for you guys. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we've got a lot to unpack here in this one. So with the downward wave that started after the approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs, a lot of people are speculating, is this a sell the news situation? I think there's a little bit of that. I mean, probably just a smidge, but there's also some other fundamental things that are causing Bitcoin to come down, because Bitcoin's price almost lost 10% yesterday, and it hit 41,500 yesterday as well. Now, if we take a look at where we are right now over on CoinMarketCap, we're back up over $1,000 on that number yesterday. Okay, yes, we dialed back to 41,500. We are back now at 42,500. You can see here the big dip down here to 41.9 on this chart, but we really went all the way down to 41.5. We have bounced off that pretty quickly, but here in the 7-day, still down about 2.53%. But we've been in this kind of pattern before. Keep in mind, in late December, we came all the way down to 41,000 and some change as well, a couple different times. Here's the thing. We've been calling for Bitcoin to eventually go down to 38,000. I thought it would happen in late 2023. It never did. So yes, we are getting a little bit of a sell the news event. There are some other fundamental things here as to why Bitcoin is where it is. But in terms of this pullback, this does not cause me to panic at all. In fact, today I went ahead and boosted my dollar cost average number on Bitcoin. Usually I buy the same amount every single day, but on days like this, I go in and adjust it, and I buy a little bit more on red days. So I did go ahead and do that here this morning. If you guys didn't know, if you're new to my channel, I've been buying Bitcoin dollar cost average strategy on Bitcoin since April of 2022, and I plan to continue to do that here as we roll into 2024. Now, according to Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci, Bitcoin's recent decline is partially attributed to something else big that happened, and that is the sale of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust shares. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, Scaramucci noted significant sale activity for Grayscale. He explained that his trading desk had observed shareholders converting from the trust this week after the SEC approved ETFs. So people are getting out of Grayscale's trust and they're getting into ETFs, most likely BlackRock's and some of the big players. They're selling to book losses and switch to lower fee alternatives. This is a really big deal because we could see here Grayscale Trust moved 41 million worth of BTC to Coinbase after the ETF approval. This according to Arcam data as well. So these kind of points are lining up. It says Grayscale's general manager of research, Zach Humphries, argued that selling one Bitcoin product to buy another Bitcoin product should not affect the price of Bitcoin. He added that the potential approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs has been a subject of debate since Grayscale's court victory last summer. Humphries also noted from Grayscale that following the sharp increase in Bitcoin's valuation, it is natural to sell the asset for some profit. GBTC recorded 2.3 billion in volume just yesterday, on Thursday, the largest first day turnover ever for an ETF. Bitcoin surpassed 49,000 on Thursday, reaching a 2-year high before falling to 41,500 on Friday. So a big sell-off there. I think finally people took some profits off the table. I think mostly that's what happened here, right? We got close to that $50,000 number, which we talked about that here on the channel. We didn't quite get there. We got to 49K, and then we dialed back to 41.5. People hadn't taken their profits yet that they made in 2023. Keep in mind, Bitcoin went from 16,000 all the way to $45,000, and we stayed there to close out 2023. Usually we see some profit taking at the end of the year. Nobody did it because I think they were hyped up and getting ready for the Bitcoin ETF approval here in January. Well, now is their opportunity after that approval to do what? To go ahead and take your profits. Wait for the pump, see where that pump kind of lands right after the news, and then sell the news and get out of there. So I think that is mostly what's happening here. Now, Scaramucci also revealed that FTX's bankruptcy estate was selling into the market following the ETF announcement as well. There's currently heavy selling volume in Bitcoin. He says, I respect the oversupply to clear within the next 6 to 8 trading days. He also noted this is a quiet period for Wall Street, and marketing of these ETFs will begin in about 8 days. Now, I mentioned this. We got Grayscale Trust moving 41 million worth of BTC to Coinbase after the ETF approval. This tells us that there's definitely something happening with money moving off of Grayscale. This could cause volatility for sure. But keep in mind, Digital Asset News had a great tweet here, and he's part of a larger group that I'm a part of too, and a bunch of influencers who talk about this sort of thing. He said, welcome to the party, new Bitcoin ETF investors. You might call this the worst day of your investing career, but in CT, we call it a Thursday. If you want oversized gains, you have to earn it, no free rides. Basically saying, listen, this is normal, standard procedure, right? Similar to what we said here at the top of the video. Now, I've got something else for you too. BlackRock, Larry Fink, their CEO, recently, yesterday afternoon. Now, this is a bullish statement here, and I agree with Larry here 100%. This has always been my stance when it comes to Bitcoin. A lot of people ask, what is it? At its core, I think it's digital gold. It is a store of value for the digital age, 100%. And Larry Fink says Bitcoin is digital gold and bigger than any other government. He calls Bitcoin digital gold for the first time. Watcher Guru's covering this, and thought that was a really big deal, as well as he continues to get more and more bullish on Bitcoin, and BlackRock, obviously right at the forefront of what's happening here. So preparing for the Bitcoin halving, what are some things we have to keep in mind? I am going to do a deeper dive into the Bitcoin halving for everybody as well. So keep your eyes peeled. Be on the lookout for a deep dive into the Bitcoin halving and what it could mean for Bitcoin. But I did want to kind of highlight just a couple things here in terms of when we could foresee the fourth halving happening. So right now we're looking like an April to May timeframe. If we do go over to CoinMarketCap, they are tracking this for us. Right now we are 99 days away right now. So that would take us into April of 2024, 99 days away approximately. But you could see here our last few halvings. We had our first one, November 2012, our second one, July 2016, and our third one in May of 2020. So expecting one here in April of May of 2024. And this is a huge, huge halving cycle because of where we've been here with Bitcoin ETFs being approved, the bear market coming to a close, and some general reactions of Bitcoin holders to the halving. We could see here, usually leading up to the halving, you get a nice little pump for the first 500 days, nothing crazy, but then we see significant increases in the price months after the halving. So hold on tight, Bitcoin holders and crypto owners, because we could be gearing up for a big push here very, very soon. Appreciate you guys as always. Don't forget to hit the like button down below. We'll see you.